Hi up again, guys and girls. I've just got absolutely soaked. I left Lidl Newton Aycliffe before, so now I'm on my way to Aspatria, Cumbria, to collect my load of cheese for Spain. But I ain't going to be heading down tonight because it's been rebooked for Monday. It was originally booked in for Saturday, which meant I would have had to leave today after I've loaded it, after I had my break. But now I'm going to have to load this, take this back to our yard, drop it somewhere in Preston, and then do another couple more days in the UK, god damn it, and then leave on Friday morning at some point or whatever. It's going to take me about 3 days to get down there, just to get to the north of Spain. So yeah, probably leave about Friday afternoon, probably get there about Sunday afternoon, Sunday morning, take my break, go in there, deliver it on Monday, and then gotta go park up, take 24 hours rest, and then go and find a backload somewhere. So yeah, I'm currently going across Route 66, which links the west to the east of England and vice versa. So this is a major cut through, this one. You go from the A1M to get across to the M6. So yeah, it's a bit of a cut through, but it's always very, very busy along here. And you can see all the truck traffic, everybody coming down from either from Scotland, needs to get down the east coast of England. They'll cut through the A66 round here. So yeah, I'm going to be on here for a little while. I just wanted to get a bit of footage to show you guys. It's bleak. I think the sunshine's officially disappeared over here, but it's still red hot in Europe. So I can't wait. I've just left Spain. I'm going back into Spain again. Happy days. So yeah, so this time I'll be able to bring you along with me down from probably be leaving next time I leave from Preston. I'll get a bit of footage down to Dover. I'm not going to bore you with the motorways, can't be bothered with that, it's just boring. When I get down into France again, there'll probably be a bit of French motorways. We'll probably go through Rouen, show you through the city of Rouen, and then down towards Bordeaux and across into the border of Spain, and to then eventually show you the lovely Basque country with some fantastic views with the mountains. Alrighty, so ride along with me this week in the R450, but it is well equipped. Otherwise I'd be saying, yo, take this back, I don't want no 450 to try and get it to Spain with a heavy load. But it's got everything I need. It's got my DKV box, flat bottom wheel, my captain's armchairs, leather, everything heated, cool seats, microwave, so can't grumble too much. Well, I can. I can be back in a 660 V8, but so I can give you a comparison now through the whole range. Only thing I haven't got at the moment is we haven't got any more 730s to use over on this side of the water. The 770s surprisingly they're over the water in Ireland, so we don't have them. We've got the 660s here and the 770s. They're being hogged over the water. Yeah, I'll give you a bit of a bit more of this, and then I'll save some of the footage, because this place we're going to in Cumbria, there are some tight little roads. Depending on which way the sat-nav will bring me in, it might drop me in. If it brings me in through the back door, it's tight. Nah, it's not a euphemism either. But it could pass for a euphemism, or you dirty minded people out there. So if I come through the front door, it's alright. Back door, it's rather tight. And this keeps dropping itself into neutral. This is doing me head in already. Gonna look at the fuel consumption. This is currently sat at 55. I'm going insane, honestly. I can't do the speeds. After coming off a motorbike, it's honestly, it's nigh impossible. Now I've got a slight roll here. I'm doing 60. Right, we'll have to slow it back down again now. Single carriageways, back to 50. And no doubt it's going to put itself back into eco roll again. Knock me down to about 44, 45. I'm not paying attention to it. I'm going to have to find a way. I've got a chest mount. I might have to mount this thing on my chest, so I'm not looking quite as conspicuous. But the only thing on a chest mount, I'll try it after to see what the footage is looking like on the chest, because on a head mount in the day it's yeah, it's a bit moody. But at least with a head mount you can get to see what I'm seeing when I'm looking through the mirrors. On the chest you'll get to see straight ahead, and it might not pick up the full view depending on how far down the chest it is. So when I get down here, I'm gonna experiment with a chest mount just to see what the footage is like, and if it's dodgy then I'm gonna have to endure it. I have to put a balaclava on so nobody sees who's driving. But then again, I run the risk of getting pulled over thinking someone's kidnapped me, ballad up driving a wagon. Right, you're gonna have to stay there. You're gonna have to give way. We're going through the road works here. Now usually this bit up here, when it's snowy and windy, they've got a barrier, they normally close it. There's a barrier, and sometimes they normally put like a full barrier across the road that comes down, but they're currently fixing this, I guess, due to the weight and the sheer amount of traffic that traverses this road on a day-to-day. Ah, bloody hell, shut up. Turn the lane departure off. So yeah, I've been across here a few times. It's been really windy and chucking it down, and believe me, it can get quite treacherous. But today it's just slight drizzle now. The heavy rain has stopped. Bit of drizzle, it ain't that bad. It's not too windy. And yeah, surprisingly, this thing, the steering is quite light on this. It does definitely turn, and it reverses a lot better than the older gen 500s and some of the older gen 450s as well. Now, what's this traffic safety guy? Is he doing a little cameraman here? Yeah, it's not quick like a 4x2, but it's quicker than the other ones, let's just say. But yeah, look at this fantastic scenery here. Very lush, very green, very verdant, similar to what we'll see down the road and up in Spain. So northern Spain is very, very green like this. It's a lot cooler, but with this heat wave at the moment, that may buck the norm. But yeah, northern Spain is very, very nice. But look at this here, my goodness, absolutely gorgeous.
Now, during the early hours of this morning, there was an accident which was on the A1, which means that the A1 is closed at the minute northbound due to that accident from junction 60, which is the 689 at Bradbury Sedgefields, to junction 61, which is the A688 for Tersdale Road at Bowburn. Southbound is also closed as well. Now that is closed from junction 62, which is the A690, that Carville turn off for Durham City Centre, to junction 61, which is Bowburn. Now at the minute we've got around 3.5 miles of queuing traffic southbound in that area. That is incredibly busy. You've got to stay clear of this one. Now there is diversions, but of course that is going to take quite a bit of time. So stay clear. Accident which has closed the A1 northbound from Sedgefield up to Bowburn, and southbound from Durham City Centre, that turn off at Carville right the way down to Bowburn. 3.5 miles of queuing traffic southbound. Northbound doesn't seem to be as bad at the minute, but what I will say is the surrounding routes are. So the A688, very, very heavy from Bowburn down towards Metal Bridge on towards that Thinford roundabout. That's having a knock-on effect on the 167 leading between Ferry Hill and Croxdale onto Sunderland Bridge, and then up towards Neville's Cross in that direction. It's even having an impact on the Rushford roundabout, so that's the 167 where it meets the A689. Now 689 quite busy heading back from the A1 back over towards kind of Hardwick County Park there, and then on towards Stockton Road, so just bear that in mind this morning. Let me just take a quick look. Yeah, A690, that is a nightmare, that. Right from kind of Neville's Cross right the way up from Framwell Gate, from the A181 at Giles Gate, sorry, heading right the way up towards the A1, and then on the A1 itself right the way back towards Leaming Side, on towards Great Lumley and even Castle Dean. So that is an absolute nightmare if you were heading south from Durham down over into our region. Stay clear. That is the main advice this morning. Everywhere else we are busy, but we're coping. If you do spot anything on your travels, 08000 85 95 95. BBC Radio T Sport.
Lots of little lamb, sheep everywhere. Oh, I could murder a leg of lamb right now. Now there goes a little cattle hauler. Sure, it says 40 here. Go ahead, my friend. Now you're going to come to overtake, you're going to do a slow overtake. I'm doing 40, go ahead mate. Alright, you're going to sit next to me, or you're going to bugger off. So when it opens up, and that, I won't get a thank you yet. Here's another one here, you get these little rigids. They've got a complex. If you get overtaken by an Arctic, it's just a rigid complex. Not all, some of them, for some reason, just don't like some Arctic drivers. I don't know why. It baffles me. And I do see that quite a lot actually. You get sometimes where they'll try to break the neck to overtake you. You'll flash them in, they won't give you a thank you or anything at all, so I don't know what that's all about. But anyway, moving along. . why is this 40 here, for goodness sake? Right, it's changing up ahead. Honestly, that could have changed to the national speed limit a good 2-3 minutes ago. It's a nice low loader there. Nice recovery. Beautiful mountain ranges there. Well, not mountains, but it looks like a hill, but yeah, it's a hill. It's a bit nippy here this morning now. I'll have to put on the heater soon, but I can see the sun breaking through there to my 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, dropping down through the clouds here. And it's back in neutral again. Come off it, for goodness sake, give it a rest with this. It's a bloody 450, what neutral do you need to go? Honestly, Scania, this is just annoying. You understand, trying to save fuel, but when I'm running at 55 miles an hour, how much more fuel do you want to bloody save? Honestly, it's unbearable. You've got distance to cover, Granted, I'm not in a rush of his delivery to Spain for Monday, but it's still annoying. 55 is too slow, and 55 with no power mode, just back into neutral again. Jesus. Honestly, it's beyond a joke. I think this is probably the first 450 I think I've driven in about what we on now, 225, about 6 years I'd say. And is this a police behind me or is this a DVSA? Well, we can do 60 so there's no issue. Let me go past. And it's Mr. Police Dog, so he can't stop me anyway.